Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're up at Piper's Heights, which is one of our favourite places to come and film, and we're going to be talking about broadband, and in particular broadband for your caravan. Now some people might find this a little bit controversial. Well, what do we want broadband for when we're in the caravan? But it's part of our everyday lives these days, sadly. And also you can go to sites and the broadband is either very weak or it's quite expensive. So having your own broadband seems to be a good option. Let's go inside the caravan now and I'll show you what I'm talking about, but it does involve this up here. So the white box that you see on the side of the caravan a moment ago is actually from Falcon Technologies. Now Falcon Technologies are a Northwest company, and they can be seen at most caravan and motorhome shows, and they will supply you with most of your electronic gadgets for your caravan or your motorhome, including satellite, broadband and also televisions, etc. So Falcon said to me, would you mind testing the Falcon mobile camping Wi-Fi router out? And I said yes, I would. It was something that me and Juliet had actually been looking at anyway, because we have a smart television in the caravan. Now we don't use our television all the time. We do tend to go out a lot, but once in a while, or it's a miserable day, we might want to watch a film or something, so we can watch Netflix or Amazon Prime, because they're the two subscriptions that we have. But not only that, it also can run my laptop. So if I want to come away and do some filming and editing, I want to upload to YouTube, I can do that by using the Wi-Fi router. Now, I've tried piggybacking off my phone, and I'll be really honest with you, it doesn't work very well. And the reason why this actual device sits on the outside of your caravan rather than inside is quite simple. Falcon explained to me that your caravan or your motorhome can act like a Faraday cage, which reduces the signal and restricts it. You might notice that sometimes when you actually go out and you're in at home and you think, oh, the signal's not very good, and then you step outside and the signal improves. Well, it's a similar principle in a caravan or your motorhome. So let's take a look at what's inside the box, and I'll show you my thoughts on the actual device itself. So just a quick look at the packaging itself before we open the box. We have the 4G symbol for 4G, obviously, and we can connect up to 10 devices on one single router, which is pretty good. Don't think many of us are going to use that many devices when we're away in the caravan, but hey, if you've got a big family, it's probably something that you may need to take into consideration. And we have 150 megabytes per second. And the IP65. So turning it over, we can see our devices up to 10 as it states, and then we have all the various information in relation to, it'll support Windows, iOS, Android, etc. So it's got all the bases pretty covered, this. Now the weight of it is 185 grams, which is quite lightweight. And it does mention here standard SIM, which we're going to discuss in a moment. So that's the box. Let's have a look inside. So let's take a look at what we've got inside the box. It's quite a neat package. Okay, so first of all we have two antennas. We have two suction cup mounts. We have the 230 volt adapter and a 12 volt adapter, and the main item itself. Also inside the box we have the instructions, and we have a zip tie if you want to attach it to a pole of some description. So let's take a look at the router itself. It's quite lightweight, very compact. On the top you've got two screw ports here for the two antennas. On the rear you have the bracket itself, and I've already pre-mounted the two suction cups, which fit really neat, and they're quite sturdy actually, they're not going to fall out. Also you can fit the zip tie through here like so, should you wish to mount it to a pole or something similar. On the bottom, removing the cover, we have two Ethernet ports we have the power supply socket, a reset button, and this is your SIM card port. Now with the SIM card, it takes a full size SIM card, so if you've actually got one of the micro ones, you'll have to get an adapter. They're only a couple of quid on Amazon, but like I say, full size SIM card for this. And obviously you've got your IMEI numbers, and you've got all your various codes and your passcode as well to access it. Another feature that I've noticed, and I quite like the idea of this, because at first I was a little confused. I thought this cable would come out of this hole here, but obviously it's too small for that. So it comes from the fed on this side, and it comes across and then out this way, which is a good feature, because when you pull on it or you snag it, it's not going to pull the power connector out of the actual device itself. So yeah, pretty impressed with that one. And on the side of the router, you've got these 4 sections here. I hope you can see them on the camera. These actually are backlights for LEDs, and they're for the signal and power strength of the actual device. So I've just attached the 2 antennas, and what I've noticed is they're actually hinged, which is great, and they swivel as well. What I like about it is they swivel without actually undoing, so that's quite a good feature as well. Like I say, and you can position them however you need it to help you get the best signal strength. So from the actual unboxing, you can see it's pretty straightforward to set up. Once you've inserted your SIM card, attach it to the side of the Caravan and feed the wire through one of the windows. We chose to feed it through the bottom of the window so that if it did rain, it wouldn't allow any water to come in, and it worked fine. Now with this we used a EE SIM card. This was recommended to us by Falcon Technologies, as they feel it does cover most of the UK without many dead spots. Having said that, if you've got your own plan with your own mobile phone company, then perhaps you could probably get a deal on whatever SIM card you would prefer to use. But for us, we tried this EE and it worked fine. Last night we sat down and we watched a film, and it never stopped and buffered or the stream dropped out at all. It was quite comfortable. It's just like watching it at home, so we were really pleased with that. Again, the broadband for the actual laptop, we've not had any issues with that. I contacted a few people yesterday, was busy on my laptop, in fact most of yesterday afternoon, and again there was no dropouts with the signal, so I was really pleased with that. We also used our mobile phones as well, so we've been using 4 devices altogether, more or less at the same time, and we've not had an issue. In fact, we've been using Wi-Fi calling instead of our normal network, and that's been fine. We managed to contact the kids and let them know we're all right, and mum and dad and grandma and granddad haven't dropped off the planet, as we're always away. But yeah, and we were really pleased with it. Now, when I was setting it up, the one thing I did notice is the 12 volt and the 230 volt cables are a little short, so you might need to get yourself an extension, unless of course you're putting it somewhere closer to a socket. But for me, I used a 12 volt extension cable, and that worked fine. Now, if you're interested in checking this out for yourself, I'll leave a link to Falcon Technologies website below, and you can have a look at it. For the money, which is reasonable in my opinion, I won't leave the price on here, but I'll leave the price in the description below as of when this was made. I feel it's worthwhile, and I like the fact that you don't have to drill any holes in your roof in order to get a decent broadband signal. Well, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you'll join us again real soon, but in the meantime, bye for now.